Good morning, dear students. Let's start our lesson. Today, we will continue our work according Unit 3 under the title Our Planet. The topic of our lesson, Solving an Ecology Problem. The lesson is dedicated to the 9th grade. The teacher, Чуйкеева Г. С. So, let me introduce you with the learning objectives of our lesson. Today, we will use imagination to express thoughts, ideas, experiences, and feelings. We will try to understand specific information and detail in texts, read a range of extended general and curricular topics. Lesson objectives: we will develop reading skills in the context of recycling, express ideas about recycling situation in our city, and present a solution to a rubbish problem. So I want to begin our lesson with saying, since ancient times nature has served man, being the source of his life. But people have always polluted their surroundings. Even in ancient times, people admitted that their health was depending on the state of surroundings. But only in 20th century, humanity in full measure realized that many diseases are closely connected with the air and water pollution and inferior products. And with the development of civilization, man's interference in nature began to increase. Numbers of ecological problems is rising each day. Environmental problems have become one of the most important problems of our society. Nowadays, more and more people suffer from air, water, soil, and even noise pollution. Look here, some ecological problems and the kinds of pollution, such as air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and noise pollution. All of them are destroying our planet. And what about the ways of solving ecological problems? Here you can find two of them. Creation of different kinds of purification plants, and the second is recycling. Recycling is a great way to save raw materials. In the Western countries, all garbage is sorted out in order to be recycled. Lots of metals are recycled. Almost all Japanese cars are made of materials once being used. If we start recycling paper, we can save lots of trees. And the main topic of our today's lesson is the problems of rubbish. How do you think? What is rubbish? What do we mean when we say rubbish? Rubbish is a waste that people are always throw away. On that picture you can see a dump of rubbish. What a terrible sight! And at the beginning of our lesson I say that today we will practice our listening and reading skills. So before reading and listening, let me introduce you with the new lexics of our today's lesson, vocabulary work. I will pronounce these words, and you please repeat them after me. All transcriptions are given here. Let's start. Rubbish, containers, recycling, resources, landfill, electricity, fertilizer, reused, charity, amount. So guys, write down these new words in your vocabularies and try to learn them by heart. So one more task. You will try to sort of rubbish that we generate usually. Here you can find their categories and items. For example, the category is glass and the item according number 1. What is it? Yeah, it's jar of strawberry. For this task, I'll give you 2 minutes. Let's start. And now let's check your answer. The category is food and item according number 5. The category is paper and the item according number 3 and 6. Glass according number 1. plastic, number 6, cardboard, number 4, metal, number 2, Tetra Pak, number 8, PET bottle, number 9, cotton and wool, number 7. And now, comrades, we will begin with listening. So, listen the text according the title rubbish. You can find this topic in your student's book on page 38. So listen the text very attentively. After all, you have done some tasks for comprehension check, checking your understanding. Let's start.
Track 1.31. Rubbish. It really is a good idea to put rubbish into different containers if there is a recycling service in your town or city. Recycling saves energy and natural resources, and it reduces the amount of rubbish that goes into landfill. For example, all your food waste should be separated, as this can be recycled to produce electricity or fertilizer. For glass, this can be recycled many times. This saves using natural resources and energy to make new glass. There are very few things we can't recycle. Glass, paper, food, cardboard, and metal are all okay. Tetra Paks are trickier because they are made from various materials which are difficult to recycle. PET bottle recycling is complicated too. It's expensive, but possible. Clothes are in a different category because they can be reused rather than recycled. They just need to be washed and given to somewhere like a charity. And lastly, shopping bags. These are mainly made of plastic and can't be recycled. The best thing is to reuse your own bag. It's good to wash certain items, as it makes it easier for them to be recycled, and it also reduces the problem of smell. The two types of rubbish you can wash fairly easily at home are glass items, like bottles and jars, and PET bottles. It's a good idea to wash drink cans too. One way to reduce the amount of rubbish we produce is to be careful what you buy. For example, we waste a lot of food because we don't plan our meals properly, or just buy something because it looks tasty. We should cut back on the amount we buy and eat everything we do buy. It's simple, really.
And now, guys, let's do comprehension check. Choose the correct answers, true or false. For example, the first, recycling saves energy and natural resources. Right, is it true or false? So, do this work. Let's start. Correct answers. The first is true, the second is false, the third true, the fourth true, the fifth false, the sixth true, and the seventh is true. And at the end of the lesson, I want to discuss these questions and find a solution to the rubbish problem. How is rubbish collected in your city? Do you separate rubbish into categories? What are the main problems for people who want to recycle rubbish? And I want to say that it's a wonderful planet we live on. Our planet is in our hands. Don't forget. The lesson is over. Goodbye, guys.